Yeah, I don't know.
Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Let me explain the lore of this beautiful game. Alright, so it's going to be a 3-part video spanning over the time of 5.5 hours. Edited down to 2.5 minutes, hopefully.
And I'm another YouTuber, but he's holding me at gunpoint, so
I'm holding him hostage. And if he says his YouTube name, he will be executed on the spot. Now we will begin the video.
I'll get to the
Alright, shut up now!
Yeah, I'm sorry. Pardon me.
Anyways, so the lore of the game is basically that the animatronics, or the beans, are 3 very bean-like creatures that were shoved inside of a metal plate that kind of matches their bodies. That is why, if you notice, their arms are floating off of their bodies. And those arms are completely free-floating, but they are tethered down by a very thin rope to prevent them from being able to be as efficient as possible. These Among Usies, as some may call, are very suspicious and are capable of committing very large war crimes against the state of Afghanistan.
And as mentioned in the previous video, they can hack...
Yeah, they can hack electronics at will, which makes it very difficult for them to be able to survive, and they're capable of hacking through military technologies and using them to bomb the state of Florida, which is bad. And this has happened at least 7 times this past day, which is pretty bad that the military is not smartened up and stopped allowing them into their facilities without caging them at the very least. Now, these creatures naturally reside in the forests of Zimbabwe. However, they are taken out of their natural habitat and put on these stages, slaughtered, and then put inside of those metal cages. This caused them all to be very vindictive and have a strong hatred towards humanity. And every single beanoid is now very aggressive towards our species, which has caused many large issues for the economy, as this has caused Dogecoin to drop 10%. Which is very bad for all of our investors out here who still think it'll go to the moon. Now, here we're going to getting into part 2, the lore of Golden Bean. This is a character that has a 1 in 200 million% chance to appear during your gameplay. And if the Golden Bean appears, there is a mid to low chance that Shrek will appear with him. And if Shrek appears, that will be a near instant game over. And it's bad. It's very bad, because Shrek is very naughty. And he will grip you by the head and squeeze you like he does onions. Now, he squeezes onions because he's an interesting fellow. And we'll get into that later in the video. But history...
First, before we get into that, we have to explain the Peter Griffin. This man.
Shut up. We're doing that soon. We're doing that soon. Shut up.
Wait, no,
I have to edit this part out of the video because you fucking ruined it. And you have to edit out this entire fucking video. You gotta edit out this part because we're getting to it in part 3.
Don't hurt me.
I'm cutting this part out. Nobody will know that you committed a sin. So, as I was saying, the golden bean is actually not a bean by nature. It is the original night guard, Jeffrey Dahmer, having had his throat slit and put inside of one of the bean costumes. But since the first 4 letters of his name were Jeff, it gave him magical powers upon death. This made him capable of summoning any stand he wishes, which includes Shrek and SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob is a much weaker stand compared to Shrek. Shrek is capable of destroying 500,000 universes in a millisecond, which does not even show the true power of Jeff himself, capable of doing almost 500 million times that by merely smelling some onions. Now we're going to be hopping into part 3, the secret Peter Griffin character. This character is very important to the lore as it represents the owner of this foundation and facility. This person has been stuffed inside of a flesh suit of their own making for them to continue to rot in for the sins they have committed against humanity and beanoids. Peter Griffin may eventually rise, as he did in Part 8 of Five Nights at Among Us. However, in this current state and time, besides that trailer, we have no valid evidence that he will truly rise again. And if he happened to, we do believe it would be the hardest thing to deal with, requiring you to have all 500,008 of your doors closed at once in the time it takes the average person to eat a pretzel. This creature has immense power, capable of duplicating it 5,000,008 times. However, most facilities cannot tend to it. The facility in Five Nights and Among Us 2 will be big enough for that. Now, let's talk about the tile floors. If you get a good look at these tile floors, you may notice something anomalous about them. That is because each black is painted from the dried blood of beanoids murdered by Peter Griffin in his time of being alive. And each white is painted with normal paint, costing the facility $100 million because they bought it from a shady man on Facebook Marketplace. This does show how the facility is incapable of making good decisions even in the face of major economic disaster, including Dogecoin falling down an extra 25%. And this is very bad because some people are finally beginning to believe that it will never truly go to the moon. Alright, so that's it for this lore video tonight, and I do believe this may be it forever for me, as the police are knocking on my door and I'm gonna have to shoot my hostage. Alright.
Wait.
That's the end of this video.
My YouTube channel, TBS. Please go subscribe.